So if you've got yourself an expensive down quilt or down sleeping bag and you need a storage bag for it, stick around. Let me show you how to make one that's quick and easy. Okay, I'll go through some of the basic steps on how to do it. Basically what we're going to come up with in the end is going to be a mesh storage bag for your sleeping bag or quilt when we're done. This is one that came with my East Hills Outdoors sleeping bag. But all you need are 3 items. First thing you'll need is a sheer panel. I got this from Walmart. It was just under $5. It's basically it's a mesh curtain. So we'll take that out and I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later here. Some paracord, rope, string, something along those lines. And then a cord lock to tie everything up when we're all done. Okay, so let me open this up quick and I'll show you what we're looking at. Okay, so this is this measures 59 by 63. You can see that it's see-through. It's a really fine mesh material. It'd be basically a transparent curtain, I guess you want to call it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is you're going to notice it's already stitched up on one side. It's from here to here. That's where your curtain rod would go. And on the bottom side there's another one here. It's actually stitched here and here. So this is the side that we're going to start with. Let me lay this out on the floor and then we'll show you how we're going to cut it. Okay, so we got this laid out here. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to fold it in half widthwise. This end right here that I'm holding is the short end that we were talking about. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half again. So pretty much when we're done, this is going to be the size of our sack. Like I said, this is just a quick and easy. There's going to be a lot more, a lot fancier ways of doing this, but then I'm just showing you the quick and dirty way. Pretty much just cut it right down the middle here where you folded it. Okay. So now you should have two pieces now. And you can actually take this and turn it into another one if you want. Okay. So then as noted, we've got with the short side here. We're going to take this to the sewing machine and then we'll do a couple quick stitches here and we'll be all set. Okay, so we got it cut in half. We'll see, here's the end that was already sewn from the factory. It's about that long. Now what I want to do is I want to fold it in half so that these two line up. So you're going to have the edge that's sewn already. That's where it's going to line up. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew along this edge here and then along the bottom side. So you can either pin this to keep it all straight or you can just feed it by hand if you're a sloppy sewer like I am. So let me do a couple stitches here and let me show you what it's looking like. And it is worth pointing out that you can see this is the edge where it was sewn. You want to make sure this is outside because after we sew it we're going to turn it inside out. So it's going to look backwards for now. So when I've got this together you can see that this edge right here and then there's another one here. Those are on the outside. So it's just simply folded in half and we're going to sew it together. The bottom's a little jagged from where I cut it, so I'm going to probably true that up, but we've done a single stitch all the way across the bottom and then another one up the side, but then the top is still wide open from where we we started. Basically, when you look at it, we just made a gigantic mesh pillowcase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I like to double stitch them just for the extra strength. I mean, it's a storage bag, it's not going to be under a lot of force, but I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time, put a second stitch on there, and then I'm going to clean up the bottom a little bit, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright, something I should have pointed out earlier too is the part that's already sewn here. We need this channel to run our cord through. So make sure when you sew it, you start your sewing after that. So you can see I didn't sew that top flap. You start just below, start and stop just below that, because we need, like I said, we need this channel for the pull cord. Alright, you can see here I went through and I did it twice, all the way around, double stitched it, clean up the bottom again. See, I'm not a fantastic sewer. As long as you got basic knowledge and a sewing machine, you can do it. Alright, so here this is. So here we got that all set. Okay, for the next step for our cord, what we want to do is we want to measure this, how wide it is. And it's just under 30 inches wide right now. So we need to cut a cord that can go all the way through there, so we need at least 60 inches to get all the way through it. I like to hang out 4 inches on each side to give me enough room to tie a knot. So I'm going to need to cut a piece at 68 inches to get all the way through there. Okay, so we got our cord cut. For this one I'm just using some 550 paracord, because that's what I got a lot of. And then we'll need our cord lock. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and turn this back inside out. When you're looking at it, all of our finished sewn edges are to the inside, so you've got a nice finished edge to the out. Okay, so take where our opening is. We're going to take our 550 cord and we're just going to feed it all the way through, all the way around. What's sometimes easier is to feed this all the way through before you sew it together, then you don't have as much trouble trying to snake it through there, but sometimes it gets in the way on the sewing machine, so it's kind of a dealer's choice here, whatever you think. I've had good luck both ways. This is an easy enough material that it's fairly easy to work it through. Okay, you got it all fed through here. You can kind of see through the mesh. And then I should have approximately 4-inch pieces sticking out here. So I'll start them out with them evened out. And we can feed them through our cord lock. So get them through your cord lock. And then what you're going to do is just take the 2 pieces here and tie them into an overhand knot, and that's going to be our stopper to keep the cord lock from coming off. There, so I just tied both pieces into a knot on the end, and then that's our stopper here. So now with the bag all the way opened up, you should have just enough on the end here so it's flush. Alright, I got my quilt here. Let's stuff it in and see how it worked out. There we go. So you got the quilt all the way in there nice. You got our drawstring cord on there, cinch it up nice and tight. And there you have it, a quick and easy storage bag for your quilt or for your sleeping bag. And there is even a little bit of extra room in here that if you got whatever stuff sack you're going to use for this when you take it, if you use a stuff sack, there is room that you can even store that in there, keep them all together. So there we go, you can see it fit in there nice. You can see our stitching on the bottom, not too shabby. And you notice that this mesh here is a real fine mesh, so I think this is going to do a great job keeping the dirt and the dust out when you're storing it that way. Other than this little opening, it's probably going to keep, it's going to keep the bugs out too. That'll be another good one. And I got this sucker cranked down. There's really no opening there anyway. But, so there you go. That was the quick and easy way of making yourself a storage bag for your expensive down sleeping bag or quilt. For only about $6 worth of material, we were able to make this on our own. I have very limited sewing knowledge. I bought myself a sewing machine from a thrift store, taught myself how to use it. So with basic sewing knowledge, you can make one yourself, or find someone that actually knows what to do and have them do it for you. So first and foremost, if you watched till the end, I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd love to have you. And if you do that, make sure you click the bell icon next to there so you're notified of any future videos. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I got links down in the description box. And we'll see you guys next time.